Hi, I'm Tom Laux, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media Coordinator for the City of Wisconsin Rapids, and this is Get to Know Your City. And today I have Eric Doven from the Police Department, and we're going to talk about a special program that he initiated. But first, we're going to get to know him a bit better and know his career as a police officer as well as now in the schools. So welcome, Eric.
Well, thanks for having me, and thanks for letting us share about this program.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about yourself, how you got into law enforcement, and let's get right into this program because that's what we're talking about here today.
Yeah.
So,
I guess born and raised in the community, graduated in Port Edwards, and then went to Mid-State for my law enforcement, and then I was hired in Rapids Police Department in 2012. So I was on night shift for about 5 years, and then just transitioned into this role in October of last year. So.
Alrighty, and your title again is Safety Officer, and let's talk a little bit about the schools that you go to every day.
Yep, so I'm Safety Officer, School Resource Officer, so I do kindergarten through 9th grade, mostly at East Junior High, at the middle school, and then elementary schools here and there as I can free up some time.
All right. We'll may touch back later in the program. Let's talk about this program. Safe Kids Wood County. And we got a chance to hear a little bit of the scanner, which is kind of nice to hear. So we brought it. I had to bring that in. But anyway, let's talk about this program that you have and you initiated. It started now, but it's more geared for the summer. Is that right?
It's called Caught Being Safe. It's a program that's been initiated in a lot of different agencies around the country, actually. It's big in Michigan. But Marshfield did this last summer, and they're doing it again this year with on the Marshfield Clinic up there. So it's just a way to promote safety between our children, such things as wearing their helmet, crossing the street at the crosswalk, wearing a life jacket, making safe decisions. So we've been able to partner with some local businesses to reward these children with some coupons for like a free ice cream cone or free French fries, just to reward them for being safe, caught being safe. They're caught, but they're doing something good.
Well, that's kind of a neat, that is a neat program. And now who catches those people? Is it the police officers or the businesses?
It'd be the police officers. So we have all of our patrol officers have a couple of our coupons on if they're just driving around during the summer and they see a kid wearing the helmet on the side of the road, they'll try and make contact. So it's a good community piece also to have officers interact with our youth and get to know them a little bit better on a friendly basis.
Yeah, exactly. Now you get a chance to be with kids all the time, as we spoke about during the program at the beginning. Have you brought this into the schools? Have you let them know yet, or
I guess not yet. Yeah, okay. I guess it's kind of geared for the summer, so sure. We're gonna maybe let the kids get wind of it and then start spreading the word. All
right. Well, let's talk a little bit about why this is so important. Why is it to wear a bike helmet? I mean, when we grow up, or I grew up, I should say, I never had a helmet. In the 70s, you didn't have them, but now you do, and my kids do as well. What are we trying to promote here? Really safety, right?
Yep. So who we also partnered with was Safe Kids Wood County, which is kind of through the health department as well. So Safe Kids is a national program, and they rank falls as one of the number one injuries to children. So if we can do whatever we can to promote wearing a bike helmet or wearing being safe, wearing the knee pads or elbow pads if you're rollerblading down a hill or something like that. So just using that helmet, like you said, helmets wasn't used back in the day, so we're just trying to get that. Some kids don't like wearing their helmet, they don't think it's cool, but if they're out wearing their helmet and they get a reward, it kind of helps on that piece as well.
Yes, definitely. And I see even a life jacket, maybe out on the water, being safe as well.
Yep, with the river running right through our community, that's a big piece for us. So even if it's a kid fishing right on the rocks, if they're wearing a life jacket, that's kind of, as we know, the river can take its turn at any point.
How important is it as an officer to work with kids? They see you out there. It's important for the younger kids, especially kindergarten, maybe even younger, to know that you're a person to go to if there's something wrong.
Yep. So that's what I like in my role, is being able to go to those schools and go to lunch with the children and go out on the recess to get to know them, so they know that I'm a real person and I'm just a friend. So a lot of in our community, the children might see us in a bad sense or see us pulling over their parents, or unfortunately, if there's situations where we have to take a parent into custody, those are things that we don't want to have children around. But we want to share to them that we are just an average citizen as well, and we're part of this community. So I've seen a lot of kids in the school, and then at the grocery store, and they'll recognize you and they'll say hi to you. So they can see you out at the grocery store, they see you at the Rafters game or something.
Yeah, that's so rewarding.
Yep.
I'll bet it's a little bit of a change when you were a patrol officer. You get to see the kids more. Not that you didn't when you're driving around doing your other job, but this time you're actually direct contact to see them and they get to know you better.
Yep. Yeah. When I was on patrol, I was on night, so not too many kids out.
No.
Not too many kids out at night. So it's a good change.
It is a good change. This program really wouldn't be possible. Let's talk a little bit about the local business. You can go ahead and mention those that are helping.
Some of the people that helped us with some coupons and donations is Salt and Pepper Drive-In, Dairy Queen, Rocky Rococo's, Dairy Treat, McDonald's, and Culver's. So they each have their own little coupon, or we made up a coupon for them. Just most of them are free ice cream cone, small ice cream cone, or French fries from McDonald's. Just those little pieces to a kid that means a lot. Free little item that they can go.
Oh, it does.
Yep.
My two kids would be like, yeah, let's go.
Yep.
So great. I think it's a wonderful program. Is it going to last all summer?
Yep, hopefully. This is our first year, so we got some coupons, so hopefully we'll see how long the coupons last. And a lot of the businesses were very grateful and generous with coupons, so I think if we run out, which would be a good thing, that we could approach them as well and get some more.
All right. Do we still have a bike patrol out as well for the PD?
Yep, we have a bike patrol. We usually use it for more big events like 4th of July or the community picnic. I know last summer we tried to get out a couple times. That's a good community piece as well. So when I was on nights, we did bike patrol quite a few times, going down the bike trail, and it's just something that's people as citizens, even adults, can see you in a different sense, and you get in those areas where you can't go with a squad car down those alleys or down those bike trails.
Exactly. School's getting out shortly. I think we have 10, 11 days. We're taping this here May 23rd or 24th.
I think it's 8, but who's counting? Right?
Well, I think the kids are.
Yes.
I bet. What do you do when school is out? And then talk a little bit about how kids can be safe while they're out of school as well. Not just in here, but I want to know what you do when there's no school.
Well, I guess some of my roles is I go to some of my trainings and stuff that we can't do during the school year, so we do that. But then also Safety City, which is, again, with Safe Kids Wood County, it's a bike rodeo that we do through the city park and rec department. So that's for younger children to learn about bike safety and learn about, there's all different sections. We have the fire department come in, so promoting that safety to everyone else. And then filling in where I can help out if the crew's short somewhere, or help out wherever I can.
All right, so bike safety could be coming up, and for people that may want to know more about that, go to the Facebook page for the PD. Is that a good spot, possibly?
I know that the city park and rec department has it on their website.
Okay.
I don't know when registration was closing, but it's
okay.
The second to last week in June.
Oh, it's coming up.
Yep. So.
Okay. Well, since you're here, I want to talk a little bit about more your role and why you decided to go into being a safety officer at the schools.
Well, I guess I've always been involved in the community, always been wanting to, even in high school, being involved in events and being involved in different things. I really got involved in Special Olympics while I was on patrol, so we brought Run with the Cops to the area. We do the polar plunge, and we're doing T-shirt sales with the athletes, and doing a lot of things. So that really brought the community piece. And then when this position opened up, I thought it was a really good fit to try and have that community outreach to the children as well as the community members.
All right. Well, if you're just joining us here, I have Eric Davin from the Wisconsin Rapids Police Department. We're talking about a program called Caught Being Safe. Not caught getting in trouble, but caught being safe. And kids actually will be rewarded by police officers if they see one of those kids doing something safe, like possibly wearing a bike helmet or wearing a life jacket. So I think it's a great program. Look for it this entire summer. And we're just getting to know the officer here, Eric Davin. You've been with the force, I'll call it the force. I don't know if they refer to it anymore, but 5 years, 6 years?
5 years.
You talked a little bit, you went to Mid-State. Did you have a chance to intern here, or just got the job right away?
Yeah, as a benefit of going to Mid-State was I was able to be on the auxiliary. So I was able to volunteer and get to know the department. So when I went into my interview, I knew pretty much everyone at the table, which was a good thing for me. But then also volunteering with different community aspects around the area. And I guess one summer before I got hired, I was the ordinance officer for the city. So just getting to know the whole city,
Yeah.
how they operate. And everything.
Yeah, that's neat. You get up in the morning. You really have to have a different mindset, I believe, as a police officer. I mean, I know it's a dangerous job. There's
Yep.
no doubt about it. When you're in the school, you have to treat it the same way as you would be out in patrol, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You still have a firearm when you're there, and you still wear your uniform. Is that correct?
Yep. I got a uniform, and sometimes we maybe just wear a polo and some.
Sure.
Sometimes the uniform is a little bit intimidating to smaller kids, so we try to, like I said, humanize ourselves to just be a regular person. But yeah, in the schools, that's kind of your beat. So all the patrol guys have their beats, and our beat is the school. So keeping everyone in the school safe and able to learn, and also add to the school where we can with those programs.
Well, this program that we talked about, Caught Being Safe, directly, you work directly with. I could see why you came up with this, because you would see the kids every day.
Yep.
We're talking about the kids. You get to sit down at lunch, you said earlier, and just
Yep.
kind of gain a rapport with those kids.
Yep.
How do you see the benefit nowadays of having an officer? When I went to school, 70s, 80s, kind of putting that out here,
Yeah.
there was no such thing. There was supervisors, but there was no officers. Now, this is relatively new, probably after maybe more of the school shootings, I would assume, or maybe even before. You've taken the place of several, I think, officers that have moved up the ranks in our PD.
Yeah.
But I guess curious from a police department, this isn't a new program. And what do you see? You see a great benefit of it?
Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of people that have gone through this ranks through safety officer and school resource officer. So our department's lucky to have two of them. Cody Wetro is up at the high school, so he does the high school, and I kind of do the younger grades. But just the benefit of getting to know the children, getting to know them, and like it's nice to go to the elementary schools to get to know them. So as they come up through the ranks, to the middle school or the junior high, you kind of may have a rapport with them and can talk to them. So in the schools, you have a lot of different hats. You're a patrol officer. You do your police things, but then also you're trying to be a counselor and trying to share. Teach the children about the laws and the things that are in place.
Yeah, it's really important to get this right away. And for you, difference between Cody and you, Cody's in the high school, is that right?
Lincoln High School.
Lincoln High School. So your chance is to work with them right off the bat. It's kind of like T-ball, softball. You train them now, and hopefully it works later on down the road.
Yep.
And since we were talking about Cody, if anyone didn't know, he became the Officer of the Year. Is that
Yep.
right? Did
Yep.
you get a chance to go to the ceremony on that Thursday, or were you at school?
I was actually in the Dells with the safety patrol. So part of my role is a safety patrol. So every year we do a field trip to reward those kids. So that was another piece to go with them and kind of reward them for their hard work. But yeah, Cody was well deserved of that award. He's put a lot of time, a lot of effort, and he makes those connections up at Lincoln. Those people know him as Cody. They know him as a person that they can come talk to. But
Yeah, that's great. That's you really need someone to talk to. Some kids don't have parents.
Yep.
And you're there. You're that gap.
Yep.
And you're right. You fill the gap of a counselor as well. So
Yeah.
I see a correlation. You might probably in school and college that some of this is going into some counseling training. I bet that you have to take.
Yeah, because some people don't want to talk to the principal, don't want to talk to the guidance counselor because they're the school people. They may have school consequences, but being in the school and being in that environment is someone that you can be approachable. That's our biggest thing.
Exactly. Alrighty, any other programs going on this summer that you would like to mention that might happen with Caught Being Safe, or anything that you're going to be doing in regards to your job as an officer?
No, we're just looking to try and get Caught Being Safe kind of up and running. Some things we have this summer, like I said, is the bike Safety City through the Park and Rec Department. We're also having our union is sponsoring a fishing contest on Cranberry Fest that Sunday, so we do the fishing contest with the children. That's another piece to get out there and have that interaction with those kids in a positive way.
Yeah, that is usually in the morning, I believe.
Yep, right before the parade.
Right before the parade, so that's a Sunday then.
Yep.
And some of the officers go out there and help kids tie worms on, catch a fish over on one of the sides of the river.
Yep, it's on the east side there.
Okay, great. Yeah, you know, a lot of communities have that. I know Stevens Point does one. We go to that. Something like Bobbers, I can't remember what it's called, but pretty neat, pretty fun, and I think the kids get a chance to see you guys as well.
Yep.
So, well, Eric, I want to thank you for coming by, and really we want people to know what Caught Being Safe is. If they have questions, you know, about what it is, they can just tune into possibly the city website or the Facebook page, or always give the department a call, non-emergency line.
Yep. So I'm always available to take calls. And like I said, we're going to put it on our Facebook page to have more information. But just so the kids are aware that they have the possibility of Caught Being Safe. So obviously this is going to try to be done in between calls. And you know, if patrol's busy with the day, they may not have time to get to it. But in those in between times, just going up and down those streets to look for those kids.
Alrighty. Well, thanks again for coming.
Yep.
And let your kids know Caught Being Safe is a good thing, and let them wear their helmet, or actually I should say make them wear their helmet. And crossing streets are very important, looking both ways, we all know that. Life jackets are also very important, so if an officer actually sees them out on the road, they may get a reward and be able to enjoy that reward by going to either a Dairy Queen, Rocky Rococo, Dairy Treat, McDonald's, Culver's, Salt Pepper Drive. Those are some of the local businesses that are going to help support this program and give those little tickets to the officers so they can pass those out. So this will be a great summer, a safe summer. School's almost out in 8 days as we're taping this, as Eric said, 8 days.
Yep.
You want to make sure that if you're a driver out there that you're looking and you're slowing down when driving, because there's a lot of kids that are going to be out. You just don't see them. So I just wanted to put that out. Make sure you slow down, keep your eyes open, and do not text and drive. So again, thanks. Yep. Thanks for joining us, and I appreciate it. Watching on Get to Know Your City, I'm Tom Laux, and again, Eric Davin from the police department sharing some information about a program that is currently happening now, but is going to be geared up right in the summer, called Caught Being Safe. Thanks for joining us.